Oh look, Triforce Heroes for the 3DS. What joy. Wow, Spyro. That opening was kinda bitter. Something wrong? Well, in fact, yes there is, voice in my head, but I guess we'll come to that as we move through this train wreck. I even wanted to have some positive things to say as well, which are still not confirmed. I have sent the information off and I'm just waiting for confirmation, and we'll know by next review. And if it is confirmed by next review, which will be Afterbirth in a couple of days, oh, there's going to be some good stuff. But for now, let's just dive in to Triforce Heroes, which I'm hardly even going to go into in terms of the graphics and the music. I consider it an insult. It's rather funny. We all like to talk about how bad indie devs are at asset flipping, and we call them out for it. Well, I think it's time to give Jim Sterling a call, as he needs to do an asset flip video on Nintendo. Because, good lord, have they been brazen with how much they have reused in this game. Link's model? Right out of Phantom Hourglass. That Zora? Right out of Link Between Worlds. The purple meter, there once again, right out of Link Between Worlds. Not saying that that's too much of a bad thing if the graphics work, which they do, you know. They're not bad, they're not the best, but they're okay. I'm just going to leave a link in the box below to my review of Link Between Worlds, as anything you need to know about the graphics and the music is right there, as 80% of the graphics and music have been ripped and flipped right out of Link Between Worlds. However, one thing that has been ripped and flipped that does need going over again is that gosh darn purple meter. Oh, Nintendo, why? Why must you make me talk about that meter again? I thought we got past this. I thought I helped you see the error of your ways and beat your addiction. But no, it looks like we need another session on why Mr. Purple Man is bad for you and only hurts you. So, for all of you that are new to my channel, let me take you on a trip down memory lane. In Link Between Worlds, they had the same purple meter that is here in Triforce Heroes. I complained about it, basically being the infinite ammo cheat, as both the bombs and arrows were tied to this meter, so you could use as many bombs as you liked, as long as there is magic in the meter. But it doesn't end there, as Infinite Magic Cheat was also on that day, and the meter refills at a rather fast rate, so you would never run out of bombs or arrows, thus making it basically an infinite ammo cheat. In that review, I pointed out that because you have infinite bombs, and bombs do more damage than your sword, and when you have the big bombs due to the blast radius and high damage, they did more damage than your upgraded sword. I never used the sword. In my Link Between Worlds run, it turned into a Dr. Fetus run in Isaac, and an Epic Fetus run once I had the big bombs. I pleaded in that review for Nintendo to never do this again, because it makes all the enemies and bosses, and the game overall, a joke. Clearly, they did not listen. But maybe, just maybe, they at least nerfed it in some way. Nope, not at all. The meter regenerates just as fast and the bombs still do just as much damage, meaning that I'll be using nothing but the big bombs, as they are stronger than the sword, and now, with the whole costume thing we'll get into in a second, it makes it even easier and quicker to get the big bombs. Hey, I got a question for you all. Remember when Infinite Consumables was classed as a cheat? You know, like in GTA, where you would use the infinite ammo cheat so you could get to 5 stars easily to see how long you could outlast against the army, or the infinite money cheat so you could buy all of the properties right off the bat. Speaking of, you might as well have the infinite money cheat on, as rubies are everywhere and are pretty much worthless. You never really need them for much, and you will never have to grind for them at all. Well, turns out Nintendo has decided that the infinite cheats are now the rule rather than the exception, as, you know, don't want to make the game even the slightest bit challenging whatsoever. Well, hey, while you're at it, why not switch on the infinite health Nintendo? As you're right, These dungeons clearly rival the difficulty of Dark Souls itself. Oh, wait. And with that kind of obvious statement, we transition into gimmick number 2 of Not So Triforce Heroes, the costumes. Now, this is okay. In my initial write-up of my notes for this review, I was slightly more negative to this aspect, due to the fact that this was the gimmick that Nintendo praised. This is the selling point, the gimmick you buy the game for. It's not, that's a lie, and I began thinking about all the things they did wrong with it. But then a little pixie said to me,
"Well, Spyro, it could have been worse. The costumes could work like the one who started it all off, Lightning Returns."
And I thought about this, and the pixie was right. Lightning did start it all off, with her powers attached to her suits. But everything was attached to her suit. Her powers, her stats, her elementals, her paradigms, all of it. But then I thought about a good version of this. That is Bayonetta 2, where she keeps all of her stuff and her suit gives her one extra perk, like the Bowser claws when she's in the Peach outfit. And, indeed, the Triforce suits here are the good version, like in Bayonetta 2. That is, you have all of your normal stuff, then the suit gives you one extra perk, like the bomb suit giving you the big bombs and turning your run into an epic fetus run, or the arrows giving you a triple shot, or Zelda's dress giving you infinite health. Oh yes, did I forget to mention that? Yep. Zelda's dress causes more hearts to drop. Now, hearts are already in a plentiful supply, as is, but the dress causes more hearts to drop and practically come out of the walls. So as long as you're rocking the dress, you will never, ever run out of health. And this is nothing to say of that exclusive outfit that you can only get by getting bonds of friendship, which you can only get from playing with your friends. Speaking of which, let's move on. So, here it is. Gimmick number 3. The big one. The one the whole game is really based around. And the one where all my bitterness comes from. You see, Triforce Heroes is taken quite literally, as in the word Triforce, as in the word tri, which stands for 3, as in there are 3 of you. If you are in single player, then you're taking 2 AI round with you, like it or not. And bloody hell, is it a miserable experience. This is a game that was clearly built for 3 players, and 3 players alone. If you don't have friends, then fuck off. We don't want you. Just go away, please. As when you are playing alone, you feel like you're playing the game 3 times, or the dungeon 3 times over. Take, for example, a door with 3 locks. And there are 3 keys down 3 different pathways. Normally, you and your other 2 team members would go down all 3 paths separately and bring back the 3 keys simultaneously. But you don't have any teammates, so you have to do all 3 paths as one person. So the game gets very boring and tedious very fast. The same can be said of the bosses, where all 3 team members have to work together to kill the boss. Once again, you're playing on your own, so they feel like a chore, as you have to control all 3 links to get the job done, and it's not fun whatsoever.
Well, Spyro, if you're complaining about how the game is built around 3 players, why not just go online and play with friends?
Ah, well, my very astute pixie friend, this is where all of my bitterness stems from. Yes, I can go online, but only for my region. For whatever stupid reason, Nintendo has decided to region lock the online. So, if for example you're like me, and both Crimson and Photon, 2 friends that are getting the game, live in the USA, then too bad, Spyro. You're not in America, so you're not playing with them. What the fuck, Nintendo? Are you shitting me? Splatoon is worldwide. Luigi's Mansion 2 is worldwide. I can go and play Terra Tower with NW Player on the 3DS, and that game is like 5 years old. Why are you region locking this one? So yes, consumers, I hope you've got friends from your region, because if you were planning to buy one for yourself and then get, say, one friend in the USA and another from Japan so all three of you could play together, then think again. No, instead you will get thrown into a room with two random assholes from your region that are more than likely going to keep throwing each other off the edge to troll you, because your health bar is shared, and you will have a miserable time, as all the time you're playing with Tweedledum and Tweedledee over here, you're thinking, I could be on Skype, I could be playing this with friends, but no. Too bad, so sad. You don't live in the same region as them, so you get these random nameless idiots. Now, I do have a friend in the UK that has got the game, but, oh wait, only two of you? Well, get the hell out of here. Yes, as no doubt you have heard, Triforce Heroes does not support two players. Oh, heavens no. It's not like the AI could take control of the third player. Oh wait, yes it can, because that's what it does in single player. But no, we have to get thrown into a room with a random third man, which will constantly do everything, like throwing you off the edge and making you lose all of your hearts and having to start the cocking dungeon over again, because most of the rooms consist of nothing but trolls at this point. And, again, you can't hit him to say stop being a dick, because your health will go down, and you can't tell him to stop being a dick, because once again, like Splatoon, there is no voice chat to better communicate with the random people you have to put up with, which again is a very stupid idea. Now, before we move on to the final verdict, I want to bring up one thing that is making me laugh. You see, hackers have already made and are ready to bring out a patch that unlocks your game so that they are region free. Crimson has already got the patch and is ready to add it to his US copy, allowing it to unlock and play with me in the PAL region. Nintendo knows of said hack and are currently flipping their shit over it, saying how it's breaking the terms and conditions, you know, that thing that no one really reads, saying that in the terms and conditions, alterations and distribution of alterations is prohibited under legal action and other stuff. Here's the thing, Nintendo. If you don't want someone to fuck with your game, don't add stupid shit that people have to fuck with. Luigi's Mansion 2, Splatoon, all of this is worldwide. If you don't want people to bitch about and hack out the region lock shit, then don't fucking region lock it, stupid. It's your own fault. It's biting you in the ass. And I have tweeted to both the UK and US Twitter that there is still time to change it. You have had 2 whole weeks before the game come out to change your fate. And I saw others tweeting you, saying that this is a bad idea, and you have decided to ignore them. Hell, the game does not even come out till tomorrow. You still have 16 hours left to save yourself. But you won't. So let's just move on to the final verdict. So, my final verdict for this game is a piss poor 2 out of 5. There is nothing here that is gripping or engaging. All the graphics and music are just rehashed from Phantom Hourglass and Link Between Worlds. If you played Link Between Worlds with that purple meter, then you have played this one. Hell, Link Between Worlds is better than this one because at least you're only doing the task once. Here, if you're not online, then you're doing shit 3 times over. It makes every dungeon and boss feel boring and tedious, and it's a real chore to get through the game alone. Which moves us on to why the score is so low. That is the multiplayer. All you had to do was follow Luigi's Mansion 2 and keep it region free. allowing me to play with Crimson, Photon, and NW Player. But no, you did not do that. You forced everyone to have this stupid region lock bollocks, which means your online play is going to be miserable, as you have two random people you can't communicate with just killing themselves to troll you because your health is shared. And don't give me this shit of, well, we added 8 emotes to communicate with them. 8 emotes like booyah or fucking cheering are not helpful when you want to relay precise information that I could do on Skype if I was allowed to play with my friends that I have on Skype that live in America. But I'm not, because you region locked the online play. Now, I would not keep harping on about this, but I have to, because this was your main gimmick. This was the thing you advertised the shit out of, saying, oh look, there's 3 links, you can play with 3 friends online. But this is partly a lie, as yes, you can go online, and yes, you can play with 3 friends, but only if they're in the same fucking region. And not only that, but some of the content can only be seen if you're online with 2 other friends. There are these things called bonds of friendship, which you can only get if you have 2 other friends, any random players in your team, and you won't get one. Fuck you, Nintendo. If you're going to put content behind a 3-friend wall, then make this shit region free. So, my advice to anyone thinking about getting this game is, if you have 2 people in your region and you're thinking of getting it, then it might be worth it, as it looks kind of fun. If there's 3 of you working together, could be fun. So, I've been told from other reviewers that live in the US that have 3 friends. If you don't have 2 other friends, then don't. It's a miserable experience and not worth your time. Just go buy Yoshi's Woolly World, as you will have so much more fun with that. Or, if you don't have a Wii U and you only have a 3DS, then don't get Triforce Heroes. Just save your money and wait 2 weeks when Chibi Robot comes out, as just from videos alone, it looks 10 times better than this train wreck, and at least Chibi Robot has some originality, unlike this. It's 4 swords with only 3 swords, with Phantom Hourglass links, and link between worlds mechanics like that purple meter that gives you infinite consumables, and link between worlds sprites like the Zora. The only thing I can give it points for is the costumes, as they are kind of interesting and look pretty cool, but even then, it's just taken from Bayonetta 2, and you can't get all of them without the bonds of friendship, so just skip this title, as it's not worth the £30/$40 asking price. Maybe it's worth it if you can find it for half price, like £15 in a Boxing Day sale, but if you can't, just skip it and save your money for something better, like Woolly World, or Chibi Robot, or Captain Rainbow when they decide to localise it. Speaking of which, Nintendo of UK Europe, why have you not localised Captain Rainbow yet?